filming my immediate reaction because this came across my desk. Gillie and Wallo, they try to put on a boxing event. And Gillie and Wallo. I don't know why, bro. It's late, bro. My fault, bro. I told you I'm not the perfect YouTuber, bro. I told you. All right, I told you, bro. But they're both from Philly, obviously. That's why I said Philly and Wallo. But anyways, Gillie and Wallo, they put on a pay-per-view boxing event, or they were trying to at least, and apparently somebody got into it with the police outside, and but here's the thing. Before I get into all of the negative, I want to express that Gillie and Wallo have been nothing but a blessing as OGs to the community. I mean, they said some crazy, they had some wild takes, you know what I mean? They got their biases or whatever, but that don't matter, bro. They've been OGs in the community for some time. You know what I mean? They're not my OGs, but they inspired those that they inspire. You know what I mean? And, they got a podcast. Wallo got home from prison and just started doing numbers. You know what I mean? They linked up with some reputable figures in music, reputable figures in media. They got a lot going on. They made a lot of money. So, you know what I mean? For that, I commend them for sure. They go, they're doing their thing. But they probably, they give back all the time, and they put on events and stuff like that. They do a lot for the community, whatever, right? They put on a boxing pay-per-view. And Gillie actually shut it down because people were wilding. They were doing way too much, right? And I'm going to let this video play, and then I'm going to speak on it. But that's all I know so far is that Gillie and Wallo put on a boxing pay-per-view. And because, Gillie, he loves boxing. Wallo, they love boxing. They interview boxers on their platform. They've interviewed everybody. Devin Haney, Shakur, Tank, everybody, right? They even hosted kind of a bit of a press conference for Frank Martin and Tank Davis when they fought. So, it made sense. But yeah, some people were wilding. Let's see exactly what happened if we can.
Turn that music off. Me and Wallo put on for the city. And this how you bitches treat us, y'all outside. Fucking ripped the door out, shot at the fucking police and all that dumbass shit.
Oh, not wait, who shot at the police? This looks like he's kind of in like one of the ballrooms or amphitheaters inside of some sort of an arena. But yo, somebody shot at the police? Hold on.
Get the fuck out! All of y'all get the fuck out! That's what type of fucking respect y'all get us. All the shit we do. Get the fuck up out this joint.
You know what that frustration in his voice is? And we've all been there, bro. That frustration is, you ever try to help the homie out, put the homie on, give him a layup, you know what I mean? You see that he need money. You see that he need a job. You see he down bad, you try to put him on, right? Maybe he gets hired. Right? If he gets hired, cool. You working with your homie, but he's a no call, no show on his first day at work. Or, he's catting off, calling out a shift, staying out late, showing up late, making you look bad. And you try to extend the olive branch, and the homie's making you look bad. Right? That's that level of frustration you have when you got love for the person you're trying to help, for the people you're trying to help, but it's a smack in the face. Right? This is that same frustration. This is the same type of stuff that Charleston White talks about when he says that he gave up on trying to help the community because they never appreciated the fact that he would give back. They never supported the fact that he was trying to do something for the community and be an activist. Right now, this isn't necessarily being an activist, but this is giving the people something to do to stay out of trouble, bro. If you don't know anything about, if this is in Philly, right? Then if you don't know nothing about Philly, because that's where they from Philly, Philadelphia. If you don't know nothing about Philly, it's dangerous, right? Shoot, people be out there getting smoked all the time. There's always something going on in Philly. It's very dangerous. And they try to basically host an event, give people a night off to just kind of not, they're not out in the streets running around. They're chilling. But somehow, some way, and I don't know what happened to where someone would be shooting at the police. But this is the reason why people, they take their money and they leave the hood, bro. And they usually don't come back. Look what happened to Nip. You know what I mean? Look what happened to him. Look what happened to the people who they get famous and they get on. Right? They get famous and they get on. And then they go and they buy their houses and stuff, but they continue to seek that validation from where they're from. We have an identity issue kind of, and you know, it's fucked up. A lot of it has to do with the fact that, like, when people, they get money, right, from other cultures, they have a country that they can go back to that accepts them. They have a heritage that they're sure about, that they know about. So they go to where they're loved. They have places that they can go where they're loved, right? They can get the money in America and then they go back to where they are loved. But with us, right, my people, right, I'm black, right? With us, all of the toxic environments and stuff that a lot of us grew up from, especially if we're talking about talented people, pressure builds diamonds. You know what I mean? Pressure makes diamonds. So we from a lot of these high tension, high pressure areas, got a lot of trauma, a lot of issues, but that's what makes us funny. That's what makes us work hard. A lot of like boxing and the entertainment industry and stuff, it is filled with people who have a lot of trauma, a lot of issues. They're from places that are not the best, didn't have the most opportunities, but they made it work. A lot of their friends didn't make it out. A lot of us have survivor's guilt, want to go back and bring some money back to show, hey, I ain't leave y'all. I know where I come from, right? But here's the thing. It depending on how you go about doing it, right? A lot of the times it can bite you in the back, because listen to the frustration in his voice. I'm telling you, that's exactly what this is.
All the shit we do, get the fuck up out this joint. That's what type of fucking respect y'all get us.
He was about to bounce out the ring and got back in. Like, nah, hold on, I got some more to say.
All the shit we do, get the fuck up out this joint.
He was talking to them like you talk to your homie that you keep trying to help, keep trying to put on, but he just janky every time. Like, you just can't do anything with him, even though you know he needs it, and he knows he needs it, but he just can't shake those ways. That's literally that's us. That's the community. That's my people, man. You know what I mean? Especially in America, really. But if we're talking about where they're from, Philly and them, where they try to come back and put on. If you're from the hood, you try to come back and put on, and that's your identity. You want to make sure that you don't necessarily lose those ties. You want to remain grounded. You want to remain solid in where you're from, right? It's a badge of honor to be able to say, I can go back to where I'm from, even though I got money, because the people that are from where I'm from, they want to take from people that got money, but I could walk around with my money, with my cars, with my chains, with my, right? And not get robbed. That's a badge of honor for us. And that's stupid. Knowing that there's crabs in a barrel mentality, knowing that the 5 monkeys in the cage theory is about us. That's exactly what the hood is. That's exactly what the trap is. And I hate to say it, but trying to put on for your city by going and putting on, hosting events, places that paying customers have no business being at, is a bad idea. Because now look, somebody done shot at the police. You're liable. Right now we're talking legal. So now you got to play ball way above your average hood person's head. They're not understanding liability, right? He talked about the respect or lack thereof. They don't understand liability. They don't understand lack of respect. They don't understand these things because they never had any money to fuck around with like this. You're not supposed to go and take your money and then let people who never had anything play around with it. And because we were dealt the cards that we were dealt, at the end of the day, it's all about natural selection. Just like it's the urban jungle, right? In the jungle, the people who get to mate are the people that are able to make the right decisions, that are built different, that are able to get out, right? And that's the animals that get to mate. That's the animals that get to lead a pride, right? You can't just have the crash dummies leading the pride. That's a lot of crash dummies in the hood, bro. You can't just bring money around them. They're not gonna know what to do with it. They were never trained. They were never taught. They were dealt the cards they were dealt. And that's the frustration you hear in his voice, is the realization that, damn, you know what I mean? Maybe some of these people were right? Charleston White gave up on trying to help the community. People call him all types of names. But me being where I'm from and understanding that exact concept of, I'm trying to put the homie on, and the homie doesn't want to accept the help, and it's frustrating because you know he needs that help. You know what I mean? And they know they need it too, because when y'all have heart to hearts, they be like, man, bro, blah, blah, blah. But when y'all all together with all the homies just on bullshit chilling, they just can't keep it 100 about what they need and what y'all talked about. And they actually will throw the responsible friend under the bus because they know you're mature enough not to say anything that's going out them or compromise the relationship. You feel me? Speaking from personal experience. But that reference is something we could all relate to that for the most part, unless you're the crash out homie. If you're the crash out homie, you can relate too, because you've been trying to get somebody trying to put you on and you was like, nah, I'm cool, bro. Or you weren't responsible enough to handle the elevation. Because you can't just give people elevation. You can't bring it somewhere that the majority of the people, they don't want any. They like dealing with, they like staying where they at and chilling where they at. You know what I mean? Because at the end of the day, right, with we're talking about fun and flash and all that, it comes to great responsibility, bro. And the only way that you can really uplift and do for your community, the only way is by doing like how 50 Cent does, where he just, and Jay-Z and all these guys, they make moves, they play ball at the level that they need to be playing ball. And instead of trying to come back and bring money and shit, they come back and they bring game and stories and shit. And they like, yeah, I'm fucking around with the Super Bowl and stuff like that. I'm fucking around with places that y'all can't go. And not everybody can go. And they speak on this. Not everybody can come. But I'm going to tell you what it's like up here. And I'm going to tell you how I got here. That's the best thing you can do, because then the people have the ability to choose, and they have a little bit more insight on what they need to be, how great they need to be in order to make that decision. Because bringing a bunch of paying customers around crash out stuff like this is how you get sued, how you lose money, how you go to jail, how you end up dying. The cycle, it repeats itself over and over again. Over and over again. So look, man, I wish the best for Gillie and Wallo, because truth be told, I feel bad because I know that it's going to be hell to pay after this. And he's already knowing that it's going to be hell to pay after this. It's probably going to be some money shit going on. Somebody's going to call his phone. Hey, man, and there's going to be lawsuits coming. Hey, I got hit. I'm traumatized. I'm emotionally damaged. And he's going to have to settle some of those. And you going to think, oh, the hood, man, it's the hood, man. They're not going to tell. They're not going to sue. Man, it's going to be people that's going to be like, were you, bro, literally class action lawsuit ass niggas and everything like that. They be like, they going to be like, were you at the Gillie and Wallo boxing pay-per-view event? Did you buy tickets? Blah, blah, blah. Were you did you get thrown out? Bro, I'm telling you, they be average. Lawyers are predatory. They be on that. You know what I mean? I would not be surprised if people were advertising their arbitration of this event and Gillie and Wallo. It's going to be a lot. Like, think about how there's so much that goes into putting on an event. I know, trust me. I was a co-owner of a store for 5 years, and we put on events and all types of shit, and I had to learn about liability firsthand. Me and all the homies. It's not easy. You know what I mean? Being the boss and trying to uplift the people that you love. But the people that you love, because they are so close to you and they know you the most, they can hurt you the most. So with that being said, man, this is just my initial reaction. I'm sure there's going to be more interviews. They're going to do a podcast and all this, but somebody just sent this to me out the blue. Love, you know what I mean? I appreciate it. And I had to give my initial reaction, man. Truth be told. So with that being said, man, I'm gone.